Do you have any idea what city? Would
Oh.
you indulge my question and try to guess what U.S. city had the most posted thirst traps?
Oh my God. What city is the thirstiest? Oh no. I thought you were being an asshole.
No, no,
Oh my
not
God.
this time.
Fucking
Not this time.
Dennis. I was asking Dennis over Zoom on
Wait, you
numerous
gotta
occasions.
clap. You only gotta clap? Okay. Why didn't I hear it? Okay, well, do it again. Sorry. I'm literally the worst. Okay.
No, no, no. It doesn't matter.
You gotta do it one more time.
I swear.
It was just one more time. All right. What's up?
Dennis and I. Dennis? Oh my. I I asked Dennis on numerous occasions to give me permission so that I could start recording. And Dennis thought that I meant consent.
Now that you say it, it sounds ridiculous.
Like, I give you consent to record.
Literally,
And
I've
I
been
thought
here.
you were being funny. I was like,
No,
okay, Dennis, ha ha ha. Can you give me permission? Hee hee, I
no,
give you permission. You have my permission
no.
to record.
I literally thought that you were asking me for consent. Not so that I could make you the host of this Zoom. My bad.
Yeah.
We haven't done this in so long.
It's
I'm rusty.
it's been a minute,
It's been
but
a minute.
this is the first episode that we're recording back. But yes.
What have you been up to? What's going on? What's new? Update the people, update us. People have been asking us for like personal updates. And
Oh
I feel bad
God.
just not providing because I'm a very private individual anyway, but get us up to date. What have you been up to? What are you
uh
excited about?
I am excited about work and hopefully getting to do
Okay.
more shit next year and really expanding. I'm really trying to focus next year. This year was really ashy for my focus and attention. I
Yeah.
just was dealing with a lot of other stuff. This year was difficult. We're recording this at the end of 2022. So, but yeah, this year was very difficult. And oh, I just don't want to learn too many lessons next year. I learned a lot of lessons this year. I'm good. Let me ruminate. Good Lord. Please. Please.
What so if you
Oh,
were
wait.
like
I'm
what
not
would
recording my own audio. Hold on. I'm the worst. Kitty, so sorry. Sorry.
Wait,
It's
okay,
fine.
so we're
It's fine.
starting
You'll be
over.
able to. You'll
Okay.
be no, no. You'll be able to pop it back in. It's all good. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I messed up, so the audio quality is gonna be better now. I forgot.
We're both rusty,
Like
honestly.
clearly, I need to like turn everything down. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Um.
So I guess at this point we'll get into what I've been up to, which is
Okay.
a
Fuck
whole.
me then.
Oh, are
Didn't
we
even
not doing
finish.
you again? Damn. Okay,
Didn't
no,
even finish.
continue, continue. I get just like okay,
Well,
now
you're
me.
boring. So I guess. Damn. Oh,
What?
shit.
No, continue, please.
Not much. Kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. No, I'm excited about work and I don't want to learn any more lessons. Since our little hiatus, I have tried dating people and it's been
That's
that's
one way to
how
put it.
that's how that's been. So
Yeah, yeah. There was a
I'm
little bit of the laugh was kind of dubious.
it was dubious because I just I'm like, girl, why are you doing this?
Yeah,
You don't need to do this. You
yeah.
know where you just do stuff and you're like, you stop for a second and you're like, but why am I doing this? And then
You're
you're
like,
like,
wait a damn minute.
I don't have to. Wow, this is incredible. This is
Yeah,
liberating. So
yeah.
yeah. Because I don't know. I think I'm not in my aromantic era, but I
Yeah.
am definitely that would be the closest thing I'd fall into, I think, right now.
Mm.
I
So you're
you
approaching your aromantic era.
I'm not necessarily going to claim that. I'm just
Okay.
saying that that's where I feel mentally I'm there because
Yeah.
I just also think about like the other day I was like listening to folks talk about their relationship and like how they met and stuff. And when I was younger, I used to love to hear stories like that. But now that but it was before I had ever actually dated people and been in
Yeah.
relationships. So it was new and like exciting to hear. Now I was listening to it and the whole time in my head, I was just like, I want to talk about so many other things. I want to
Yeah.
talk about anything but this. And I just was
Talk to
like,
me about
girl,
anything else but this. Yeah.
is this a normal response? Like, and I'm not trying to like say, oh, because I don't want to talk about relationships, that means I don't want to be in one.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I could see myself being with somebody to some extent in the future in some way. It just
It
it's
just yeah. I know
it's gonna
exactly what
have
you're
to
trying
be
to
a
say.
particular kind of person.
Yeah.
Um, and I also am just gonna have to be in a particular kind of headspace, you know?
Headspace. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
Totally.
everyone. So yeah. Uh other than that, I got into my first ever YouTube drama. That was interesting.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh
I mean, how many years
I
has it
mean,
been?
it's been a couple years, but I didn't get into it. I was minding my black ass business and a couple folks who really is that my
Threw you
response to
under the
everything
now?
now? Just
Just
laughing?
laugh
And my
dubiously.
response is just
Yeah.
laughing dubiously.
Yeah. Yeah. I think these are all gonna. This is all gonna end up in accumulation of your villain origin story.
My villain origin story where I tried
Yeah.
to help men and then two men decided to completely miss. You know what? We're not even gonna go back there. Because actually, uh yeah, it was irritating for about a week for sure. I was like, this
Yeah.
is some bullshit. But then I was like, listen, I can't be a community with people that I don't share values with. Moving on.
Exactly. And like,
That was
well, the thing is, you try to listen to these people who have differing opinions from like a place of compassion, and
yeah, for sure.
ultimately, like you, especially you, are always saying that like you can always change your mind about things, but there just comes a time where some people will be so set in their ways that there's just no point.
That and some people just don't really care about these issues. Some people just care more
Okay,
about
yeah. Yeah.
clout and money. And it's
Yeah.
hard to admit that because if you do, that means, and it's not like care more as in like they're secretly like, ha ha ha, I secretly
Yeah.
care about money and clout. And I'm just using it's their priority is the money and the
Mm,
clout. Because if their
mm-hmm.
priority wasn't, they wouldn't move and act the way that they do.
The way that they
And this
do.
is for a
Right,
lot of
right, right.
folks. So for me, I'm just like, if you make your money off of reactions, off of people's emotions, immediate emotions, getting agitated and angry, off of the now, the instant, then that's how you make your money. That's how you do your thing. But that's just not how I've tried to do that, and it's just not me. Like it's
I
just
would not.
not.
I could not be okay with that. Like I would
I'm
not feel
slow as
okay with
hell.
that.
I
Yeah.
am slow as hell. Are you kidding me?
I'd be processing.
I be processing.
I'd
God.
be
So,
processing.
listen, I don't know if it's because I was more premature. I don't know what it was, but it just takes me
It takes me a little bit longer to get to from
you
a point
bitches
A to point
rush
B.
me. I'm not gonna let you bitches
Absolutely.
rush me anymore. So
Literally. Yeah.
that's the other thing. I'm trying to just take time and trust that with time, answers to things that I want will come because if things don't happen in the immediate, I'm generally somebody that's pretty good about working hard for what I want.
Right.
And if it doesn't happen right away, it's hey, just give it some time. And if it still isn't working out for you, that means it's cool. I don't know why I added that last part in, but that's just an extra discovery that I'm having because, end of the year, revelations. But yeah.
Lamentations.
I
Yeah.
have I have red hair now as well.
It looks
Um
great.
yeah, I really like it. I think this is my new like I'm gonna get passion twists. It's just the braids are skinny now because my hair
Mm.
is still really short, but once it grows out a little more.
Yeah, she
And
looks
I'm
good.
getting really good at pole.
Nice.
I'm feeling strong as hell. I can do so many other things now. I
You're kind
have
of
new
jacked.
skills. Right? Muscle mommy. Hello.
Yeah. Okay, bud. Wait.
See,
They're
I
like bigger
love
than mine. That's
I
crazy.
love having like arms that look light and dainty and girly. And then I flex and I'm like, sup, bro?
Yeah, no,
Goods, bro.
literally. You're literally wearing a muscle tee right now.
I am wearing a muscle. I told you, I dress like a 16-year-old basketball player, but from the 80s. 16-year-old boy basketball player from the 80s. It's either that or I'm dressed like some TA, women's studies TA from 1999. Those are the two.
From a dark academia.
Yes, those are the two winter
Yeah.
aesthetics.
Yeah,
But anyway,
literally.
yeah, that's been pretty much
So,
it. What about you?
what have I been up to? A whole lot of nothing. So, I feel like, especially this time of year, I actually feel like this is the most. I'm actually not doing a whole lot of nothing. I
I
feel
know.
like
I was
this time
like,
of year I'm the most busy. I don't know
mm.
what it is. I feel like me gearing up for like hibernation. I'm trying to get my social nut everywhere, you know?
Jesus Christ.
No. But yeah,
This is disgusting.
sorry.
I'm kidding.
But
My social nut everywhere. Oh my
I just
God,
gotta
your
get the
poor
social nut
friends.
everywhere.
Ah.
They're like, no. No, but I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm trying to like kind of relish every social setting that I've been in for the
Mhm.
past couple of weeks because I know where I'm gearing up to not talk to anyone for maybe like 3 months, which is kind of nice. Um, yeah, but other than that, let's see. I've been going to. I went out alone couple of nights ago. I went out
Yes.
dancing on my own, which was
Really?
nice.
I've done that before. It was awkward at
Yeah,
first, but then I was like, all right, people do this.
yeah, people do this, and then like I found that I didn't need as much social lubrication, so like alcohol,
Hmm.
as before. I don't know whether that's like me getting over the whole people are staring at me thing, like social anxiety thing.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
feel like I'm slowly getting over that, which is cool. I also recently saw these series of videos of this guy doing rejection therapy.
What?
Yeah, so like things that you I saw it was like a series of videos on TikTok where this
Uh-oh.
guy was where
Never
this
mind.
guy
Never
was
mind. It's okay. It's okay.
like don't tell me about it, it's all good.
Whatever.
No, actually, okay, wait.
No, you can tell me. You can
He
tell me.
like so he goes around a city, I don't know, somewhere in Europe, and he asks people things at like maybe stores, for example, that he has to get used to hearing no to his question. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
So, for example, there was one where he there's like a Lego display in a luxury store window. I think it's a Louis Vuitton window, and he wants a little Lego from the display. So he goes into the store and walks in and asks the SA, like if he's able to take one of the Lego things. And the whole point of it is so that he gets used to hearing no. So I don't know. So it's like
More men
rejection
doing
exposure
that.
therapy.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Not
No,
just more
actually,
men, but all of us really doing that.
but all of us, yeah. So getting used to hearing no, like you'd be surprised, is a little bit hard for some people to hear,
Mhm.
especially during the holidays. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Having worked service, retail, no,
Oh
absolutely
my
not.
God.
Some people
Oh,
hate the word no.
they really do. Like
Yeah.
it's fascinating too that that's a thing that like it probably has so many views, like that guy's videos,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I think a lot of us are looking at ourselves, maybe. Maybe that's one side of it. That a lot of us are
Yeah.
looking at ourselves, and I think a lot of us feel entitled to things without even realizing it.
Yeah.
And hearing the word no is really important. Maybe there are some people looking at it so that they can know how to say no with more gusto, but
Gusto. Yeah,
I
totally.
do think that, yeah, I'm starting to get more comfortable with rejection too, because I think I'm
Yeah.
used to it in terms of like work and uh arts and stuff. Because if you're gonna have a career in the arts, you just like you make your peace with the word no, and then you
Yeah.
just keep doing it.
You
Like
just
you
keep doing it.
just
Yeah, literally you keep at it. Yeah. And I'm noticing that especially lately when things don't go my way, I just go, okay, all right.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you just move on. It's so nice instead of like being hung up on something.
Oh,
So that's like another end of the year realization, or I guess lesson that I've noticed. What else have I been doing? Oh my God, I was in a magazine. Whoa, whoa, crazy. I have it
yes,
right beside
yes.
me. Wait. I have it right beside me.
Yes, this video is going to be on the Patreon. Actual video
Yeah,
of the podcast will be on the Patreon because we're actually going to be doing that too for season 2.
amazing, which I'm so excited for,
So
by
if
the
you're
way.
watching this on YouTube, you can join our Patreon and you can see what Dennis is showing, and you can see our
Yeah,
apartments and stuff. I mean, y'all be seeing my apartment, but
I know. Don't find me, please.
no,
No,
no, no, no. I just meant
don't
like
find
the
me.
inside.
Oh, okay.
God, what?
um, so I was in the holiday issue of W magazine, and holiday
Fitting.
issue Hello,
Fitting that
Mariah
Mariah
Carey's on the
Carey.
cover.
Fitting. So
Um,
fitting.
so uh, the magazine reached out to, I guess, prominent groups of people in the creative world, and I just so happen to be part of a queer Asian collective in Toronto, which is really fun. Um, and it's like not, I'm like in the center. Look at me.
I know. I'm waiting to get my copy still.
Oh,
Oh,
you
yeah.
just
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to get you one?
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
I'll sign it too. Honestly, I'll sign it. Um, get in line.
I know,
But
right?
what else? I'm taking ceramics more seriously. I have like a pottery wheel in my kitchen.
You
That
actually got a pottery wheel.
so I didn't get it, but I procured it because a friend of mine
I was like, Dennis,
is.
you usually say that word when you've stolen something. So is that
I did not steal a pottery wheel. Please.
please stop spreading the lies?
No. So a friend of mine is actually going to be traveling long term, and she is also my, I guess, ceramics sensei. So she asked me to babysit her wheel, which is really fun, and
Oh, I
I
can't wait to
have
live
it.
in a space where I can get a wheel.
Yeah, yeah. So that's something that I'm really excited about. Um, and what else happened that's prominent lately? I got a new coffee table. Crazy, feeling really good about it.
Okay, work.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I'm still riding the wave of the serotonin for that one. I got it yesterday.
Oh,
Um,
okay, fair, fair.
that's it. That's it. I feel like, yeah, work has been great. I feel the holiday season has been pretty good. And I'm excited to get into the new year because, you know,
Yes.
because, you know. So,
That's
all's that to
lovely.
say, all's that to say, I'm gearing up for cozy season as it is the first day of winter today, which means it's also the winter solstice, which means
It's the
that
long night. It's the
that
long night.
that was not a
It's
sound
the
bite. That
long
was
night. It's the long night.
that wasn't a
It's
sound
the
bite.
long night.
I just shut my laptop. um,
Zoom purposely was like, this meeting's about to end in 10 minutes. FBI
hey
agent in
y'all.
the top is like, oh my
Honestly,
God.
Zoom sponsor. Well, someone sponsor us, please, so we can afford business Zoom. Honestly, like
Seriously, because I'm
this
not
is
paying for it.
this is getting ridiculous. Like,
It's getting absurd.
oh my god, the winter solstice. So that means that all the days are going to get longer from here on out.
Hey man.
Today, so what does that mean? Today was literally the shortest day.
Is that what it
That
means? That today's the
that's
shortest
what
day
it
of the
means,
year?
right? I think
Oh.
so. Winter solstice.
I just know that it means Earth is this part of the hemisphere is tipped away from the sun.
Yeah, so the winter solstice occurs when either of Earth's poles reaches its maximum tilt away from the sun. So that means that today was the shortest day. The winter solstice is the day with the fewest hours of sunlight. Yeah.
So the North Pole is the one that's tipped away the furthest from the sun.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited. That just means honestly it's the start of winter, but days are getting longer. I'm going to be away for a month.
Before you know it.
It's going to be summer again. I'm going to be complaining about the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
So, on that note, we are going to be back after a short little break. Thank you so much for joining us thus far. We hope you guys are enjoying us catching up. Do let us know if you have any emails you want us to answer. Shoot us an email at theleftovermillennials@gmail.com. Talk to you soon. Be right back.
Okay.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back, everyone.
Hi.
Hello. So, all right. We're just gonna get right into it, okay? Because
Yes.
this topic has definitely been something that I wanted to talk about for a while. Mainly because I have a lot of experience with them.
Wow. Okay. Talk your shit. All right.
Honestly. Uh, and so I was looking at both of our socials, and I was like, you know what?
I didn't know I was going to be dragged into this. Hey.
You're not being dragged into anything. But the one thing I will say is, you and I both love a thirst trap. Or as other people call it, being H word on main. And today
Not being H word on Maine.
we're going to be talking about being H word on main because I feel like, especially in the midst of our lockdown that we had, there was a lot of mains.
There was a lot of H's on mains.
H's on
Well,
mains.
I think as well, people really found out really, because a few of the sex workers that I had spoken to got
Yeah.
their start during lockdown.
There you go.
And
See?
like, I'm not saying it's the exact same thing, but y'all, come on. We don't have to pretend it's not. We don't have to pretend it's different.
Exactly.
like,
Exactly.
or, like you're still somehow getting clout or money or something off of how you look. Let's just tell the truth and shame the devil.
Yeah,
Okay?
let's just call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. So
exactly.
let's start. Let's start about let's start with the origins of the term. So
Not the
the
origins of
term
the term not Urban
the
Dictionary.
no, never. Never, never that.
I love this.
So according to Urban Dictionary, no, I'm kidding. Okay, so where do you remember where you first heard the term thirst trap? Like not like time and place, but
Oh,
around
yeah.
like what era?
Damn. Oh, wow. That's so hard because a thirst trap, like, I wouldn't have heard about it in school before the internet was a thing. Like, you
Yeah,
only could have a thirst trap if you
you had
had,
social media.
I don't know, maybe it was like the 2010s.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
that
So
was
you're
when I
right.
first started hearing thirst traps, especially because
Yeah,
I really think it was an Instagram thing.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So thirst traps, the word thirst trap comes obviously from the word thirst and the word trap. So the
Not an
word
etymology of the word, an etymology of the word.
so the word thirst was a lot more prevalent in the past, which alluded to being in desperation for something, so thirsty for something. In this case, we're talking about a thirst for attention. And then the word trap alludes to, obviously, if you're going to be setting something out there, you're trying to get something in return, or you're trying to, I guess, ensnare something. And what we're ensnaring is people's attention. So
Wait,
this ties
okay.
into no,
I had a question though.
no,
Sorry, go
I'm
ahead. You
kidding.
go
I'm
ahead. You
kidding.
keep
No,
going.
no, no. You
You
asked
go
the
ahead.
question. You asked the question.
I wanted to ask then, but doesn't it also set a trap for those that thirst for people? You know what I mean? Like those of us looking at the thirst trap, like we are thirsting after the person that posted it. Like when people are like, you are thirsty.
Yeah, yeah,
Is that does,
yeah.
I was
So it
just
goes. Yeah, absolutely. It goes both ways. So thirst trap in the way that we lay a trap out, and then trap in the way that we are caught in the trap. So yes, you are correct. You are right. So
what?
no, this is so much fun. I'm having so much fun. So if we were to, I guess, give a definition to the word thirst trap, it would just be something along the lines of a social post that is meant to entice people who see it.
Okay.
Um, and I think that's literally what the Wikipedia
Sexually.
sexually, yeah. I think
Okay.
that is what well, in terms of the male gaze, yes, which we'll get to later.
Oh, okay. There are
Which we'll get
layers.
to later.
We
There's
love
layers. She's
layers.
an onion. Let's go. Okay, so yeah, so that would be the definition according to Wikipedia.
Mm.
Now, when I had brought the word attention into the mix, what I didn't realize was that there's a whole economic side of thirst trapping.
Follow the
Be-
money.
yes, because this all ties into attention economics.
Bro.
Crazy, right?
Okay.
Crazy,
Okay.
crazy, crazy.
God.
So
I didn't know we
attention
were going here.
no, we're going. We got a one-way ticket.
Okay.
So attention economics basically treats human attention as a commodity. Attention economics, I wrote it down here. Attention economics applies economic theory to solve information management problems.
Applies, okay, economic theory to solve information management problems.
So I can give you an
Continue.
example.
Okay, yes.
So an example of this is in advertising, where attention grabbing content is produced to unconsenting consumers, usually to purchase something.
So, okay, wait. Wait.
Okay,
Repeat the definition again.
yeah. So attention economics applies economic theory to solve information management problems. So we're basically trying to optimize how we absorb information, um,
Mm.
because attention is such a rare commodity, because we
Oh,
only have so much of it. And
okay.
usually when advertisers want to grab the viewer's attention, they'll do it in a way that is the quickest. And
Mm.
generally, that's through sex. Like, sex equals
Mm.
attention equals
Mm.
sales. So sex
Mm.
sells.
Mm.
Yeah, I did my
I
research,
shall
okay?
take.
Oh, Shantae! So it's just
Optimizing attention, because you really did explain that though, because like I've heard of the attention economy. We
yeah,
all have to an extent if you're online,
yeah.
but yeah, I like the thread that you follow through with that, because I also was just like, wait, hearing
Where's this
that
going?
it's like
Yeah,
economic theory, girl. What?
yeah.
What do
So
I know about that?
it's like it's so I didn't realize how deep this went until I started, I guess, doing a little bit of research on thirst traps and like attention economy. And I get not even realizing that attention, human attention in itself, is something that we rely on so much for
Mm-hmm.
things like consumerism, things like,
Mm.
well, consumerism in general, and like
Yeah,
capitalism.
yeah.
And like, even though the word thirst trap was just coined like in 2011 or 2010s, we've been surrounded by so many in
Mm-hmm.
advertising.
Yes.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So now I can see, I see people like advertising their like OnlyFans,
Mm-hmm.
advertising their like whatever, just their Instagrams,
Mm-hmm.
and how people are able to use their bodies
Mm.
to garner attention as a commodity so people can pay for services.
But it's not sex work.
But it's not sex work.
LOL. We're rolling our eyes, y'all.
Get out of here. Shut up.
You know what's funny too, though, is that okay? Because I posted a photo on my Instagram, not Instagram, on my YouTube community page.
Yeah.
And it was one that I posted on my Instagram, like one of the few.
Yeah.
But I was asking folks, like, what do y'all want to talk about? And then I was like, what photo do I want to put on here? Like, I thought about posting a meme and stuff. And then I was like, I'm just going to post something funny, whatever.
Yeah.
So I posted this photo, and like I knew it was like I looked good in it, but it was kind of like I don't take myself so seriously with thirst traps sometimes. So I'm like, all right, this is just whatever. But there were quite a few people that were commenting like, what's going on here? What in the thirst trap? Sorry, I can't focus. I'm paying attention. Like, and it got a lot of engagement for a community post, right?
Yeah.
Um, Even the actual pictures did as well. But I had somebody comment on it and I deleted it. So I don't remember the full comment, but it was like something about like, you're too intelligent. You don't have to do this. Like,
Oh my
blah, blah, blah.
God.
Like, too many people see Black women, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, listen, I intentionally waited to post more quote unquote thirsty photos, or just literally that. Is it a thirst trap? It's not a thirst trap. I just look like that. Like the, like, I'm like,
Yeah.
thirst slash just me existing in my
Existing.
body.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
waited a while, even pictures of me in bathing suits. Have you ever seen
Mm,
me post a photo of me in a bathing suit? The one time I did, my mom asked me to take it down and other people were freaking out about it. And it was
yeah.
a one piece. And you could see the
Oh,
side of my leg. It, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like my body is deemed inherently sexy. So
yeah.
because of that,
Yeah.
anything that I wear that is fitting is me asking for attention, even if
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
So I decided to make my peace with that and be a stallion bad bitch anyway and do it on
There you
purpose
go.
now.
There
And
you
people
go.
still have an issue with it because people tend to think, I don't know, there's this people really don't like to have any sort of close ties to sex work. People really don't
Mm,
like to believe that they use their bodies in exchange for things. Like,
yeah.
people don't,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think people want to make peace or like understand that in a world like this, you have to do that.
It's true.
And people like to think they're above sex work, or I don't know. I
There's
don't
so
know
much
how.
shame. There's so much hate.
Yeah.
There's so much shame behind it. And that was actually another thing that I was going to talk about, which I'm like really glad that you brought it up. So there's so much shame in posting thirst traps
Yeah.
to the point where people like people like me make a finsta just for thirst traps and have the
Wait, do
most
you have a
random people
Finsta
follow it.
thirst trap?
I will not comment on that, but what I will comment on, there is really so much shame in thirst trap in like posting thirst traps and indulging in them. And I've had so many, I've also in the same vein where you told the story about being shamed about it, I have the same experience, but why is it so? First of all, I can see both sides, but you can
Uh-oh.
also have a very nuanced take on this, where
Yes.
yes, yes, like you can build your self-esteem through thirst traps and like
You
self-love
can build
and
a hollow self-esteem through thirst traps, I would
yeah,
say. Because
hollow,
like
yeah, yeah,
if
yeah,
you're
yeah.
if you're only building your self-esteem through one channel, it's gonna be
Like
hollow. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
you're only a girl pretending to be spiritual or whatever, but like you still talk shit. You know what I mean? Like there's
Totally,
anyway.
totally. Yeah. This is what I mean in it being so nuanced. Like you can we everyone seeks validation, no
Yeah, to
matter
some extent.
who
Yeah.
you are. Yeah, no, like we all seek validation, but you can't be too dependent on one kind of like this kind of validation to be the it's just not good for your mental health. Like to be so dependent on other people's validation through thirst traps, through like
There's
posting these things.
Yeah, like it's that double-edged thing of like you need to be able to validate yourself and your own feelings, but it also
Yeah.
is very important to have others do the same. And when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to our looks, it's like, okay, that's our looks are the first thing a lot of people see about us.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's where a lot of judgments come from, how we dress, how our hair is styled, if we have piercings and tattoos, whatever. And a lot of that comes with attractiveness too,
Mm-hmm.
and online especially, if
Oh,
you can
especially.
if attention is like you're saying, if attention is the name of the game and you are an attractive person, the best way to get attention, not just attention but actual engagement, people liking, people commenting, all of that stuff, which is what actually pushes your stuff to more people. Now everything runs on algorithms. If you can get more people to engage by looking sexy and looking attractive, then
Lean
you
into it.
already have the formula. Like, and
Yeah.
it's a new, to me it's a new type of sex work in a way, or like I don't know how else to describe it, because like you're saying, in advertising as well, that's always been a thing. Sex sells. It's
Mm-hmm.
always been a woman's body in certain poses in
Yeah.
fragments to
Yeah.
sell something or to just get attention. And
Yeah.
now people as individuals trying to make online names for themselves, a lot of them realize, especially a lot of young people, which I think is kind of the sad part to an extent,
Yeah.
because I'm like, I'm not old, but I'm 30 and I feel comfortable being able to be online, showing my bod, doing all this stuff. I feel like I have more agency in it. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just wonder when you're like 18, 19, 20 and you get your rise off of doing thirst traps, like that one dude. I don't know his name, but he's some young man that was in that hype house in that Netflix show. And he did thirst traps. And I guess people found out that he had a girlfriend and the girls were pissed and like sending her death threats and stuff. Or she wasn't his girlfriend, but she was in a video with him. I don't know.
See, like that's a that what?
Like, you see, like, I'm like, it just
There's too
seems
much
like,
going on there.
it just seems like a lot to be that young and to be so lusted after, not just for your body, but for the like parasocial relationships somebody can develop with just your body and the winks and
Mm,
smiles that you do at a camera.
yeah.
Sorry, that
And
was so rambly.
no, 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 no. Like I feel like you're bringing up all the points that I'm about to talk. Like I'm gonna bring up even the whole male thirst traps being on the rise because of TikTok. Because before TikTok, like there weren't too many, unless you're gay, there weren't too
Oh,
many.
damn. Okay.
Like
Talk about it.
the gays have been on the thirst trap on social
Mm-hmm.
media, but straight. I find that straight men are leaning more into it with the introduction of TikTok. I think that guys who post thirst traps on TikTok are there's two kinds.
Mm.
There's two kinds. So there's the kind that does it for the male gaze,
Mm.
not gays, but like gays. Um, and
Wait,
then there's
wait. Not the male
not the gays,
gays,
the gays,
the male
gays
gaze to
like
look at.
looking. Yeah,
Yes.
GAZE.
Mhm.
And there is the male thirst trap TikTok that is for the female gaze.
Explain those two differences, because I'm like, what? To
So
the men. I'm like, wait, the men are doing it for men. Oh, like, wait, go ahead.
yeah. So I feel like you're getting there. I feel
Yeah,
like you're getting there.
yeah, you do
So
it. You say it. You say it. You say it.
so the men doing it for the male gaze, they think that they're doing it for the female gaze because it's always these like buff men who are like lifting up like fucking fire trucks. Or there's that one guy who has an OnlyFans that I may or may not have looked at for a second, and he's in his apartment and he's like flexing and he's like lifting up his sofa on his back and he's like doing squats. He's lifting his sofa on his back and doing squats, and all of these women are duetting him, being like, what the hell? What is that about? So I find that men who are making these kinds of TikToks for the male gaze are doing it unknowingly because that's what they think women want to see. But in reality, that's what men want to see.
the way you the way you looked at me like, and your honor, I rest my case. The girlies are
Slams the
gay.
gavel. Literally. And so
I hear what you're saying.
there's like a lot. So the male gazy TikToks are so like, it's so how do I explain this? It's like deeply rooted in like power and like muscles and
Strength.
like strength
Who
and
can be the most quote unquote masculine
who
man?
can be the most masculine man. Choke me. So
Oh my God. Have you seen your
kidding.
therapist recently?
I should.
No, but I guess as well for those that don't know what the male gaze is, because it does originate as a film trope or a film device. Film nerds, y'all can correct me. I don't mean nerd in a pejorative way, but
nerd.
all right. But I know that some people maybe wouldn't think that a film trope should be relegated to everyday life, but people are the ones who make movies. So if the tropes come out of the movies that the people make, it's coming out of everyday life. So yeah, it's the way men see women's bodies in fragments and pieces as commodities in film. People like to use Transformers as an example, The Graduate, like all these sorts of films where you see women's legs, or Jessica Rabbit, slow motion, men freaking out. But it's also, how do certain men see other men is what you're saying. Like, how do the male gaze when you're looking at a film is also, it could also be seen as like a hetero patriarchal thing. And I know people get all like, oh, these big words, but like really hetero, it's just straight, patriarchal
man.
The dude.
A straight man.
Like, but like the powerful straight man. And like when you watch a lot of these movies and TV shows, the women are in pieces and there are certain body types and they're a certain type of woman, but it's also a certain type of man that can get that certain type of woman. So I see what you mean about that.
Yeah. And the TikToks from the female gaze, on the other hand, I find are of men being vulnerable. So
would you say that's wait, is that like, I'm not as familiar with the definition of a female gaze. Can you, because I don't know what...
It's literally just from the lens of a woman. So it's more rooted in like emotions and more rooted in vulnerability. But we can look it up right now just to verify.
I love a citation.
Female gaze. So let's Let's
Yeah,
see.
because I remember reading something about it that was talking about it more having to like it has less to do with men. Like the female gaze is more about prioritizing women and like women being
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
having their own agency, but
yeah.
maybe we can say a different term just so people don't think that we're like using
The female gaze in the
the
wrong way.
feminist theory because everyone on TikTok I think is using it incorrectly.
Yeah, yeah. So, like, from TikToks made by men that are popular with women are primarily deeply rooted in emotional vulnerability and
Mm,
intelligence. So
mm,
those like, um, for example, those interviews on the streets
mhm,
where this guy would ask, or this girl would ask a random guy on the street a question, and the guy answers in such a way that he comes off as very emotionally intelligent. That's the kind of TikTok that women love to watch about men, not men
mm.
like lifting up their sofas on their back and squatting them.
I
Like, what?
yes. Yes,
Like,
yes.
huh? It's so embarrassing. Like, so, all of that to say, I don't have anything to. I thought you were going to add something, so
No, I'm
I
sorry.
didn't. So there was a study done. There was a study done.
Dennis, please. Dennis,
I'm sorry.
what is
You're
going
gonna
on?
you're gonna hate this source so much.
Oh no.
A study was done by Four Loco.
What?
See? So no, I can link it. I can literally link it.
Okay,
So
we will. And somebody fact check this because For Loco, the only thing they did was try to ruin
was
my
get
life
banned.
and
Was
get
get
banned in
banned
the
from
United
several
States
states.
and had to redo their formula because they
Yeah,
were out here fucking putting
putting
all manner
caffeine
of
and alcohol.
asbestos, caffeine, fucking gasoline, lighter fluid, and cherry flavoring in their goddamn drinks. What? Allegedly, don't sue me. They weren't putting all that in there. I'm being
Four
dramatic.
Loco sponsor us, honestly.
No, please don't. Oh
Don't.
my god. I'm
So they
bro.
did do a study. They
This is
did a study,
insane.
which will be linked in the description,
Insane.
where they had ranked 50 US cities based off of their Instagram feeds, like randomly selected like 60,000 posts or 50,000 posts from from 50 specific US cities about who posts the most thirst traps, or essentially who is the most thirsty.
Wow.
Do you have any idea what city? Would
Oh.
you indulge my question and try to guess what US city had the most posted thirst traps?
Oh my God. What city is the thirstiest? Oh no. Part of me wanted to say Atlanta, but it's just because it's such a gay city. I just
Oh, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
um
Let's
I mean,
see. Hold on.
LA feels like a really easy guess because I feel like a lot of people in LA are thirsty for the thirst traps. Not trying to insult you, just
Hmm.
my last guess. Oh God, this is so hard. Well, I'm just gonna maybe I should guess something that's completely insane. Wichita,
Wichita,
Kansas.
Kansas. No, because I was gonna list Wichita. Stop it. When I was like looking at the study, I was thinking, no, this is so weird. Now that I say it, it's like, no, that's so weird. Anyway, no, it's fine. Let's
Okay.
not talk about this. No, because I thought of Wichita, Kansas too. That's crazy. Um,
Well,
so
then what after you say that I thought of Wichita and I laugh, you can fade it and then bring it back into the part because then people will find out in the body of the
what's it?
episode.
What city? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, the number one city was Miami, Florida.
Oh, I should have guessed that. That fucking makes sense.
That's such a sexy
Oh,
city.
that tracks.
Yeah,
Miami, man,
yeah.
Khadijah.
So the statistic that they had logged was per 1,000 posts, how many of these were thirst traps? And they did have like a specific criteria that had to
Yeah,
be
because I
met.
was gonna ask.
And we'll get into that after. But Miami, Florida had 36 per 1,000 posts, which honestly doesn't sound that much.
No.
I feel like, yeah. So the second one was LA. So you got the second one right,
Okay, that
at
makes sense.
26 per 1,000. But Wichita, Kansas is unfortunately not on the list.
Damn. Sorry, y'all. Hey, actually,
um,
maybe not. Maybe people in Wichita aren't thirsty for attention. Actually, probably a good thing.
the city that they had included, the city that had the lowest thirst traps per 1,000 posts out of the 50 cities that they chose was San Francisco, California,
Hmm.
which you'd think not because of the gays, but
All right. Well,
apparently not. Yeah.
maybe we
So
stereotype the gays.
no, honestly, and but honestly,
It'd be your
36 out of a
own
thousand.
people.
Honestly, be your own people. They'll be letting you down. Um,
36 out of a
36 out of a
thousand.
thousand. That's only like 3.6 out of 100, which is crazy. And that's like 0.36 of 10. So like less, like a
Girl, you
third.
doing all these for I was like,
No, crazy, huh?
you could be completely wrong, and I would
No,
not know. I'm not gonna check you. I'm not gonna check you.
please don't. So
At home, like, what?
the math
Yeah.
equation just floating in the sky. Oh my God. So yeah, I thought that was a really funny. I just wanted to add that in because For Loco did a study.
Okay, wait. But what was the criteria for the thirst traps is what I want to know.
Okay, so good question. So they they put it right here. What constitutes a thirst trap? So they said we started by deciding a true thirst trap should be more provocative than a generally sexy image. In most cases, the qualifier for this was a considerable display of skin. We also counted images where the body is clothed in a normal manner, but the subject is very clearly flaunting a particular body part.
Mm.
And then they said what pictures were excluded. So they said there are four main types of posts that satisfied initial requirements of being thirst traps, but were ultimately disqualified. So they said action shots. So it was difficult to determine when someone lifting weights or practicing yoga was primarily thirst trapping or just celebrating
Okay.
a hobby. So that's one.
Yes.
Another one was erotic services. So they said in every city we analyzed that there was some contingent of people posting sexy pictures as advertisements. So it says here most of these people worked in adult entertainment via dancing, pornography, or escort services. These posts were excluded, which actually counts for quite a bit.
Mm.
And then the last one is professional photographers and artists. So that
Yeah, it's interesting to me how that even through their methodology, we're seeing how people decide what a thirst trap is versus what's just like, oh, well, that's how it's supposed to be.
yeah,
If
that's
you're
just someone's body.
like, it's just someone's body or someone's on the
Yeah,
job, like in
yeah,
the context where we understand it. If it's a sex worker, a dancer, or doing pole, whatever, we understand. Oh, well, you're supposed to be sexy. That's I don't know. It's very That's very okay.
right. Like it's
I need
like
to think about this Four Loco study and
same,
how they
same. I'll
composed
I'll
it.
link
Because
it. I'll link it.
okay,
Because it's actually so funny. So this was done in 2019, so quite recently. I
okay.
feel like the stats are probably way more high now because of the like post pandemic.
Oh,
So um,
true.
yeah, I would love to see Four Loco really dive into that study a
Four
little bit
Loco,
deeper. Four
please
Loco, where are you at?
do another thirst trap study.
Honestly. So I wanted to ask you, uh, have you ever specifically posted something to get someone's specific attention? No, because like I
I
don't
have in the past, yes.
know.
Like if I really like someone and we follow each other on Instagram, I'm peeping to see if they're checking the stories sometimes, you know.
Really? I have never done that to see if someone
I
specific has watched my story.
it's happened a few times.
Yeah.
Less now for sure, but it's definitely been a few times where I'm like, oh, let me just see for a little something. Let me see a little something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now I feel like I don't know. I'm just yeah. I I definitely have done it before. I definitely have done it before.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that I would
And
never do it again, but
oh,
I don't know.
yeah,
I
no,
don't know.
never say never.
Never say never, but also like I'm assuming by the time I date somebody else that I would want to be interested in like being with physically, then they have already seen my body and all that stuff. So I don't need to post it,
Right.
you know, like I'm
Right.
anyway, I don't know. But yeah, have you?
Yeah, obviously. Duh. Um, fuck.
Am I not made of flesh and bone?
And then my next question was, do you have any specific requirements for your thirst traps or thirst traps that you post?
Okay, listen. This is okay. I you know remember that scene of the Joker? Not the Joker. No, wait.
From
I
that movie could possibly
evoke thirst traps. No, hold on.
continue.
Do you remember in The Dark Knight when he's interrogating the Joker? He was like, "Do I really look like a guy with a plan?" I think about that all the time because that's how I feel. Like if I'm taking a photo, it's not really because I had a plan of like it's time to post a sexy photo or it's time to
Yeah,
thirst.
yeah.
Usually it's because it's in the pole studio or I'm doing a routine or
Yeah,
I am at home trying on pole stuff or I'm feeling the movement in my body and I'm like, "Hey girly, let's do some poses. Let's see what's up."
yeah.
Uh I think also I've just gotten so used to being in my underwear and a bra because of pole dance because like you have to stick to the pole and you
Yeah.
need to be in less clothing and so yeah some of the stuff they make a lot of the stuff is a lot sexier for sure. I've bought more
Hmm.
stuff now but like typically you're just in like extra wedgie booty shorts and like a sports bra and at first I was awkward for sure. It was uncomfortable. I was like I don't know but like the joke is that like after like 30 classes or whatever you're just like half naked in the studio like what's up girls, hey ladies,
Literally,
like
you're like waving with your titties. Yeah,
you
no,
know, so
literally.
like I think in general I've become so much more comfortable with just being like half naked anyway and it not
Yeah.
being a big deal to me that like a thirst trap requirement of like if I'm going to post something that would qualify as a thirst trap, yeah, I guess it shows my body off, but like I also don't think about it that much when I'm taking
Hmm.
pictures. I'm just like
Hmm.
I look good. Hey girly,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's time to bless the timeline. Like
No, for
that's
real.
that's really so my requirement is I have to feel like I feel schmexy and then yeah, just have the energy to be like, all right, I'm gonna post this.
That's so funny that you mentioned that because I'm sometimes I'm the opposite where I'm not feeling it and I'm like, ooh. And then you kind of like catch yourself in the mirror and you're like, ooh.
You know? Like
Yeah,
there are times where you feel like sexy and I think you should be able to celebrate that cuz like
absolutely. Yeah, for
fuck
sure.
man, the
It's
world
also
tries
a
to
good
make you
way,
feel like ugh.
like shit, because of the body that you're born in. Yeah, totally.
For a lot of people
Um,
and even worse for a lot of people. Like I follow folks that post like one girl, her name's Wheelchair Rapunzel. She would post thirst traps on purpose. Like she would caption
mhm.
them thirst traps and she's disabled. I don't is that the best physically disabled? I don't know if that's the best way to communicate that. Y'all let me know because I feel like that might be like an ignorant way to say that. But people would like comment and she would repost like the comments that she would get of people being so like angry or upset or all this other stuff. And like she's an
Yeah,
adult.
yeah.
Um she's like 16 posting like disabled people deserve to be sexy. I'm 16. Like no,
No,
she's an adult. And like even her boyfriend that she was with, like people would like make comments about like, oh, he's not really there for real, blah, blah, blah. And like, I don't know. I think when we talk about thirst traps, we often just talk about it from the perspective of like traditionally attractive folks or folks
mm,
that fall closely to whatever the parameters of ideal beauty is wherever you live in
right,
the world. And a lot of
right.
times bodies that get excluded from that are visibly disabled.
Disabled bodies, right? Yeah.
So I just thought that it was interesting. Like she's somebody that like was one of the first like not just, I don't even know if she called herself an activist. Maybe she would, but like one of the first folks that I followed on Instagram that challenged my perspective on not just thirst thirst traps, but like, you know, challenged my perspective on like what it means to feel attractive and sexy from the inside,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
showing that to people in a physical way, sure, because that's all you can do via Instagram. What the fuck do y'all expect? Y'all, how do you expect us to like, come on, y'all. The medium
Literally
is through photos. So
visual. Yeah.
yeah, you just got to understand that there's only but so much that people are going to be doing on there. But
Yeah.
um yeah, I don't know. I just bring that up because I think that's another layer of the onion that I am curious to see. I don't
Expand
know if,
more, honestly.
or just if Four Loco would do study on that of like, okay,
Yeah.
why do you like that falls into attraction, I guess, and that's a whole other complicated topic. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I brought that up just to add a little bit more extra texture. There wasn't a true purpose besides that. So yeah.
But I do have a point to add to that because like who are who are we to say like certain people can't explore their sexuality? Like
Yeah,
what is the point of that?
it's people wanting to control people's bodies or being like,
Literally because
you
they
don't deserve to feel good under
yeah,
the
yeah.
guise of you don't look healthy or this, that, and the other. And it's like, one, somebody's health is not your business.
Hmm.
Like
Literally,
you're
yeah.
not entitled to that. And unless you are
Yeah.
their physician, you can't speak to that.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot of information that we learn about what actually like there's a lot of stuff that we were taught about things like BMI and uh,
So
any sort of
archaic. So
arcade.
archaic.
Black people weren't even qualified. Black people didn't count for BMI because it just doesn't work on us. Yet
My
y'all really
BMI
acting
in high
like
school,
BMI works. Girl.
my BMI in high school was 60.
Dennis, what? Is that I
I think it only goes up to 20.
I was like, that's
But I
I
was
don't think.
overweight. I was overweight.
Yeah, but like they still like just anyway, we're not gonna get to the history of the BMI. We're not gonna do
No,
that. But
no.
I'm just saying, people, yeah, it's there will be a lot of assumptions about somebody being sexy and hot. And if they are physically attractive, seen in that light, whether they're a chain smoking, alcohol addicted, like
Yeah,
candy addicted degenerate, if they post a thirst trap, it still counts as a thirst trap, not just because they are clearly thirsting for attention and like blah blah blah, but
yeah,
also the folks that would a lot of folks seeing it are thirsting for them.
yeah. There's just
Because
a
that's the
lot of
thing. Is it a
policing.
thirst trap? Is it a thirst trap if you are thirsty and posting, but people aren't thirsting for the thing you're posting? Is it a thirst trap?
Mm.
If a tree
Like,
falls in the
like that's
woods
what I was gonna say.
and no one's there to tap double like, is it
Is it
sexy?
a thirst trap?
Sexy tree?
So, I guess my only requirement for thirst trap would be to clean your goddamn room.
Oh my God,
Honestly,
you're so funny.
can
Actually,
I?
yes.
The amount of times I've been sent a photo and your clothes are everywhere on the.
You're so rude.
I can smell the photo. Let's just say that. It's giving scratch and sniff, and that's not okay.
Well,
It's not okay.
you have to deal a lot with the menses. I'm
Oh my
sorry, but
God.
they oh
Can
God.
I say, like, oh,
It is giving scratch and sniff. Yes, that
it's
is a
giving
if
scratch and
you are
sniff.
going to send something because you are thirsty for someone to give you attention, make sure the background's at least looking somewhat decent.
Make your
I don't want
bed.
to see your mattress on the floor in the background. Just find a wall. Find a wall.
A tripod, even.
If you're not gonna spread that bed, find a wall.
Exactly. That is my only requirement. Everything else is fair game.
Jesus Christ.
I'm kidding. Um, so do you have any specific favorite thirst traps that come to mind. Like anything that has been sent
Anything
out into the
Beyonce
ether.
posts, that's anything Beyonce posts, I'm like, girl, please,
All right. Yeah, actually,
please.
yeah. That's a good one.
There was something Lizzo posted recently. Well,
Hmm.
Lizzo's always posting thirst traps. What am I saying? Like, that's not.
Yeah. You know who
That's
so so I was doing research. I was just scrolling through thirst traps to see like what celebrity ones have been, I guess, the most engaging.
Yeah, it's hard
And
for me to think of specific ones.
the top one that I thought of was Martha Stewart.
This episode has been full of sentences I never thought either of us would say. What?
Martha Stewart posted a thirst trap on Instagram.
I need you to look at this. What the hell? Can you send it to me? What's going on here?
Absolutely. Gladly. I'm gonna Martha. Well, it's gonna fuck up my algorithm. Martha Stewart thirst trap.
So real.
She literally.
Oh, this is gonna fuck up my algorithm. Okay, yeah, there's a photo of Lizzo completely nude. You know,
The
anything
first one, the one of
James McAvoy has posted some photos recently
huh?
that God, James McAvoy is so sexy.
Professor Xavier?
Don't play with me. Let me find you a photo. We can both exchange.
Not us exchanging thirst traps of our favorite white people.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's getting real. Honestly, okay, there's also a video. It's not even a thirst trap, but when Lupita posts workout videos, listen, her and Tracy Ellis Ross. Oh,
Tracy Ellis Ross also has posted thirst traps before, and she.
oh, Tracy Ellis Ross knows how to post a thirst trap.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let's see. You sent me the Martha
Martha Stewart one.
I'm scared.
It's the first one.
Oh, Martha. Oh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she is in a pool.
She's in a
And
pool.
she's in portrait mode because the background is blurry. And she's
Mhm.
giving you the come hither look. She's in the bottom half of the frame. She's looking up slightly. Her eyes are giving bedroom eyes.
Bedroom
Oh,
eyes.
yep.
She has her diamonds on her lobes. Her hair is slightly coiffed. She does have a little bit of shimmer on her lid. I wonder what product that is
Yes.
actually.
Her
Now,
lips are pursed a bit.
her lips are pursed a bit. She's wearing a little bit of makeup, a little bit of concealer, which ties
Yes.
into what I had to bring up next. This was actually an ad. This was an ad.
For
This
what?
was an ad for a beauty brand called Clé de Peau. Clé de Peau is a pretty high end luxury makeup brand, and they used this photo to launch their TikTok. So they used Martha as a spokesperson to be like, do you know what I used in that TikTok? Do you know what I used in that photo? I used Clé de Peau concealer. And then post it on their TikTok. So let's talk about full circle.
Genius.
Because that is marketing strategy.
That is so smart.
That is so ingenious.
Oh
And
my
like
God.
that's what they use to launch their TikTok. And this photo rather of Martha Stewart literally went viral. And that's what you want in marketing nowadays.
Wow.
So isn't that insane? Isn't that crazy? That's wild.
You rest your case. This is it.
Yeah.
All right.
No, like this has been a hoot to have explored and like read up upon, and
I am going to make a video about this, and I'm using the Martha story because this is genius. This is incredible.
Yeah. And now like Martha, she's literally 81. She's 81 and she's posting thirst traps. First of all, I didn't know she was that old. I thought she was like 60,
let's talk
70.
about the ageism then too, because can't the old folks post thirst traps?
Literally.
We all gonna be old one day. A lot of us like to act like we're never gonna be old, and it's like unless you die, you're gonna get old, and when you do, You gonna
I'm a
want to feel
post.
like you still hot?
I'm a post hole
You,
on Maine
no, please.
when I'm 81. You heard it here first.
I thought if you had said post poll, maybe. Why would you post hole?
Why can't I post hole? Wait a
Uh,
second.
because there are children on Maine.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. So, you know, I'm really glad that I chose
I know. I was gonna
this
tell
topic to
you.
talk about.
So you better wipe that camera.
Better wipe that goddamn camera. I'll be oily. um, so that's that.
Bro, that was wow.
That was a wild ride, huh?
That was a journey.
From the Four Loco to the Martha Stewart.
Like so many sentences.
I
Dennis, thank you
never
for
thought
this.
I would have spoken. You're welcome. I'm glad to have done this. This is fun. So,
My God.
we are going to take a little break.
Yes.
I'm going to take a little breaky break because Lord knows we'll need it after that. Whatever we just talked about, that whole didn't even feel. It feels like we're talking. We're like talking in Mad Libs, but that's why you listen to our podcast, not for
Dennis, we're gonna take
information
a break.
accuracy. Oh yeah, so we're gonna take a break.
Where are you going, girl?
I don't know.
You passed the exit. You passed the exit.
Yeah. Now we're just spiraling. So we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna be reading your emails and not answering any of them. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Could you imagine?
We're just gonna be reading them out and ending it. Okay, see you soon. Hey guys, welcome back. We are about to delve into this email because who doesn't want to hear compliments?
Yes, Dennis.
So this one comes in from Alex. I'm not going to use your last name, just Alex. But thanks for sending this email, Alex.
I was about to be like, Alex Haley? I'm kidding. Alex
so
Jones?
Alex,
I'm sorry. I need to stop just naming Alexes.
Alex says, I apologize if this is random / unnecessary, but I wanted to say that I cherish the Leftover Millennials podcast so much. I've been listening to it. Are you done? I'm kidding. No, for real. That's actually it. I'm gonna cry.
Well, just shut the fuck up then.
I'm kidding. Please react. Alex continues and says, I've been listening to it for the past few days, and I look forward to listening to your guys' perspective, humor, and overall outlook on life each morning. And then they say in parentheses, I listen during my commute to school, close parentheses. I'm a rapidly approaching an early graduation senior in high school in the U.S.
Throughout my time, a lot of young people. How old are y'all? There are a lot of high schoolers listening to this one.
There actually are.
And I'm sorry.
I'm really, truly sorry.
I'm so sorry.
So God. Sorry.
To your parents.
And Alex says, I've struggled feeling like I would ever meet friends or peers who uplifted, nourished, and cherished me. I've been out as transgender since a very young age, which has definitely contributed to these difficult experiences. However, this podcast has brought me a great sense of hope and joy for my future, more specifically my future interacting with people around me and creating new friendships and relationships. What the hell? Alex says, I love the conversations you both have with each other, and I hope that I can someday meet people like you who are open-minded, charismatic, caring, and authentic. I'm aware that this perception may somewhat be skewed by the parasocial nature of the interaction I have with the podcast. We love self-awareness.
We love the awareness, but we also are that gray.
But nonetheless, I'm looking.
The rumors are true.
The rumors are true.
Sorry.
We're amazing people.
I'm sorry.
Alex says, but nonetheless, I'm looking forward to the episodes I have left and the next season of the podcast. Thank you both for creating something that I have learned from and truly enjoy experiencing every single day. Best of luck, light, and health to the both of you and anyone else working behind the scenes. It's just us.
It's
It's
just
just
us.
us.
people
It's just
people keep messaging me being like, you and your team. I'm like, who?
what team?
I used to work with more people.
This is the only team that has an I in it. There is an I in team. The team is I. The team is I.
Oh, Alex, thank
But
you
thank
so
you, Alex.
much.
I am going to print that out and read it when I'm
Honestly,
sad.
thank you.
So, yeah, that was a really sweet email. I felt like yeah.
It's nice motivation too, because sometimes you just be like, man, I'm not doing shit on here.
Literally. And what's
I'm
the
not
point of
doing
this?
shit but talking shit. So it's nice to know.
Let's see.
Should we respond to
Okay.
Alex as well via the email?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
I
cool.
favorited it. So
Okay,
yeah, we
perfect.
can definitely put something together. So this email is from I don't know how to
Just make
okay,
up a
so
name.
oh, I'll just read it. So it says here, this email is sent from 7D. I hope I hope I'm saying it right. Or they said, or Sev, if that's easier. And they say, I know this is early, but I wasn't sure what y'all were going to do in regards to season break, so decided to err on the side of caution. I love your podcast, and Khadijah's YouTube channel has been a huge part of my personal journey since the beginning in summer of 2020. All that said, this email isn't about me, as the subject says. My best friend's birthday is January 7th, and I thought I'd send this to both of you and humbly ask that you provide mantras of affirmation for her/them. And they say, as this is a surprise, I wasn't able to ask for consent and use their name, but you can refer to them as Tiger Lily, which is the writer's favorite flower. So they continue and say, anyways, Tiger Lily has had a very tough year since her last birthday, and she has been taking all the blows like a champ. I don't want to be too specific, as again, this is a surprise, but there's been a lot of loss and a lot of work. They became a nurse and are working 3 jobs. Bless your soul.
Mm.
Oh my God. She recently started her annual campaign to raise money for the school she started in her home country, and is still finding time for the revolution by learning self-sustaining skills and building community. I tell them all the time how amazing they are, but sometimes we just don't hear that as well. We don't hear that as well from our loved ones. That being said, I'm hoping that once you read this, you can maybe give her a positive affirmation. They have loved Khadijah from the jump and is now a listener of the pod. Thank you both so much. I hope this got to your eyeballs on time, as I know you're both, as Denny would say, busy people. The last part was
Shady. Ouch.
you know what?
You know what?
You know
The
what, Seth?
mantras.
You know what? Okay.
Can we send him this clip of this whole thing? Because we won't
Yeah.
release the episode before then.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I'll edit it. Maybe. Yeah. I'll do this soon, and
Yeah,
then
because
we'll
it'll just
send them
be
over the clip.
well,
So,
hey girly. I'm so sorry your birthday is the day after the insurrection. Bruh.
wait, what's the insurrection?
It was January 6th. When
Oh,
those white people
damn.
try to hang Mike Pence. Yes.
Oh, and their birthday is January 7th.
Tiger Lily's
So,
birthday is the 7th. Sorry, girly, but
happy
my best
birthday.
friend's Aisha's birthday is the 7th.
Oh, I love Aisha.
A beautiful Capricorn, a beautiful spirit, someone who is very, 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 very spiritually aware or tries to be. So I imagine if you share a birthday with her and it sounds like you do a lot of hard work, actually cut all this. Cut all this. Dennis, let's start from the beginning. I shouldn't have mentioned the insurrection.
I was like, this is someone's birthday wish, and we're talking about the insurrection.
Dennis, you start.
You mentioned Mike Pence. I was like, is this a birthday wish? All right. All right, Tiger Lily. No, we're back. We're back because we had to reconvene. I didn't have to tell you that either, honestly. So, matter of fact, I'm just gonna send you this whole voice note.
Honestly, please just do. Okay, but for real, for real, go ahead.
Tiger Lily, it sounds like you've had a very stressful year. But it sounds like you have some really great support on your side. And I'm glad that you have that. Because in times of hardships like the loss and the stressful work stuff you have to go through, you will always have those kinds of people around you to love and support you when you do need it. And I'm glad that you have Sev around as a friend.
Mm.
And yeah, that's what I have to say.
Yeah, it's
We'll give
hard.
them we'll give them some affirmations after, but we'll just
Yeah,
like say,
it's hard when you don't know someone, but I would say it can feel very lonely when you're dealing with a lot of shit, when you're dealing with loss, when you're working.
yeah,
Being a nurse in this time is no joke. So the fact that you even want to do that, kudos to you. And trying to, or already building a school in your home country and doing community work, like, come on.
it's a lot.
It sounds like you're the kind of person that maybe feels like you're never doing enough. And I can really relate to that. So I think if I would say anything to you, not knowing you, working with the limited information I have, I would say be easy on yourself. It's, excuse me, self-compassion is a really important thing to learn.
Yeah.
It's hard to do, but it's really important. And something I've been doing is just when I feel like I'm not being very nice to myself or I'm like just freaking out about something, I try to like, this is weird, but like breathe in and say the word self. And then as I exhale, I say the word compassion. And I do that as many times as I need to just feel like slightly regulated because, excuse me.
Self-regulation is also a really good tool to
Yeah.
have too. Yeah, it's
The,
really
sh-
important.
the shit is hard. And it sounds like you've been dealing with a lot of shit that is difficult. So I completely feel for you. And yeah, I would say self-compassion as a priority for sure, because you're going to be tired and you might not be the quote unquote best version of yourself at all times, but you don't have to be. Sometimes it's just, sometimes you just need to get up. So,
Literally, that's what it is. Yeah. And that is sometimes that's all that we ask of people.
yeah. Do you have
So,
a mantra that you want to give out?
let's see. I wouldn't necessarily say a mantra, but I would say um something along the same lines that you had mentioned about breathing. A
Mm,
lot of times when you are so busy and so just so busy, life kind of like just happens, and you need to
mm-hmm.
know to be present in those specific situations because once it's
Or
too late.
find, yeah.
Sorry, go. You were gonna say something.
I was just going to say, or find times that being
Yes.
present works because sometimes you got to go on autopilot
Yeah.
to just
Absolutely.
make it
Absolutely.
through the day.
Yeah. So even like even times where even little moments where you share with Sev, for example, just really find solace in those moments and be present in those moments so you can fully be there and not be elsewhere mentally. There you go. That's what I got.
Yeah. My
Nice.
mantra or saying or whatever is just shit is ashy, but I'm going to give myself some self compassion. And
Yeah.
even if I don't know what that looks like, I'm going to at least say it and start to try and understand what that means for me.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yay.
Thanks for sending an email.
Yeah. And
All right.
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yeah. Happy
See ya.
birthday, Tiger Lily.
Thank you for sending in that email. Well, that just about wraps it up for this week's
Sweet.
episode. Wow. This was good. This was a good first one back. I'm feeling
Yeah.
really good about this season. We're really excited to get started and ramped up for the second season. And we hope that you guys can just join us for the ride.
Yeah, we're excited. Check us out. Instagram, Leftover Millennials. You can check out our socials. Dennis is at Pocky Poppy, and I'm at Khadijah.bo. Anywhere on the internets. And if you want to send us a letter, email us. Dennis, what's the email again?
At the
Us in this damn email. This fucking
you in this
email
damn
address,
email. What do you
this
mean?
fucking email address are going to beef till the end of motherfucking time. It's gonna be the cockroaches, me, and this damn email account. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
And
sorry.
you still can't get in.
And I still won't be able to get in. God.
So the email is theleftovermillennials@gmail.com. Make sure you spell millennials correctly because I haven't been.
That's
So
that's two L's and two N's because I also
yes.
did not spell it right for years.
Well, thanks for joining in, guys. Glad to be back, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
See ya.